Alright, I'm going to make a quick video on how we're bale grazing and trying to improve this pasture with only two animals. It makes it a little difficult because they don't eat through the hay as quickly. But my other video of my insulated stock tank, the hay they leave behind, the ground's frozen. I pick it up with a tractor bucket and put it in small piles. Once the snow melts, I'll run through and chop that up with bush hog, spread the grass out, get a little bit more organic matter on the ground. But this right here is where we were last. They cleaned this up really well. I did rake up a little bit, put it out. This field has a lot of broom sedge because the pH is high, but the cost of liming it all, it doesn't financially make sense. I wouldn't even break even for 20 years. We're only running 5, 8 cows out here at a time. Right now we only have 2. These 2 were a little smaller, 24 months, Hereford Angus crosses, and back to Hereford. But this is where a bale was. They have probably 3 more days on it once they get this cleaned up. I always put the next bale out early. They don't like fighting through it as much, so they'll get that cleaned up. And then we'll move over to this bale. You can see they've started on it a little bit. Hay was really cheap this year in the Northeast, so I don't mind putting a lot of hay down. They've shown some interest in it, but not much. And I don't put them out. A lot of people with bigger herds will put out a lot at a time. I just pay attention to the weather, and if they are going to have enough to get by, if you get by through the storm, then I'll go after it. But you can see they eat the center of it out first. If I can get out of the sun, they like to eat the center of it out first. So since hay was cheaper this year, I paid $15 a bale. I don't mind them leaving quite a bit on the ground, and then we'll get that equally spread. Like, you can't leave this right here or nothing will grow. So they've got to clean this up, and they will. They'll eat a little bit out of that. They'll eat a little bit out of this, and it'll be all cleaned up, and then we'll move on. And then take the tractor, scoop up some of the manure and clumps, and then slightly put it out in the field so I can run it over and chop it up. Brush hog, get the organic matter up here. My vegetable farm's never been limed. It was the same story pH, and all we've done there is put compost down, and it's improved greatly. Last soil test we had there, the organic matter came back at 12%, and the and the pH was a 6.5. This is like a 5.2. So last time we checked it, this pasture is not mine. My neighbor lets me use it. It had horses on it, and it was really nice and productive. It had horses on it for 40 years. And then his father passed away, and the horses went, and it just sat fallow. And everybody will tell you that pasture go fallow, it's one of the best things you can do for it. Well, not really. Not in my experience. It went to a lot of broom sedge, and grass production went way down. We kept mowing it every couple years, or twice a year, but it really went to poor. So last year was the second year we had cows on it and saw some improvement. So I'm hoping that this next coming year it's even better. We're just trying to get the manure hay, organic matter spread out better on some of these tighter areas. Back here, this was one gigantic pasture, but horses stayed up front a lot because the grass was always good everywhere and they'd like to stay near the house. So this wasn't divided in the past, and the man who owned it before, he always threw hay bales out here straight off of that barn. And there's a swath about, I don't know, 300 feet wide, straight down through that. The grass is very nice, but that's about all of it. All the way in the back, it's broom sedge and nut sedge, and in through here. So we're going to bring it back using these guys. Spindle, are you camera shy? Bill's not. Getting windy. Have a nice great day. If you like this video,